Back to do another journal flip through. This one is 37? No, this one's 39. I'll just leave it open since I checked for the volume and everything. I guess the color that I had was 38, but anyway, regardless, let's just get started and hopefully you all enjoy this. I apologize if my voice sounds funny. I feel like I'm starting to get a cold, and I think part of that is because of all the stress happening with Grandma and everything. Is getting to me. Just putting that out there, is getting to me. Anyway, this day was not too bad overall. I had mostly spent the day taking care of Papa, watch YouTube videos, and so it was something I could keep in the background while I was taking care of Papa. At therapy that morning. Kind of went into a little bit of a rant scenario about things that I talked about in therapy. This day was pretty chill. Spent most of the day in bed at Grandma's watching YouTube videos. I was mostly watching HKD 1122 and also listening to K-pop. Had the usual errand run this day. We had post office, Visa payment, power bill, Sears, and CVS. So we had quite a bit. I mentioned I was doing a lot for Grandma while she was cooking supper, because this is before any major incident. I just light up all the doors for the night, turn the alarms on, turn the lights on, close all the windows on the back porch except for the one that they left cracked. Did dishes twice for Grandma, so I was exhausted after doing everything. Mentioned I woke up with a migraine this day. Mentioned I wasn't really looking forward to tomorrow because it was going to be hopefully the last appointment I had with the person I went to for my ingrown toenail that I'd had. I just hate being in the waiting room over there because it feels like it takes an eternity because she's always so book solid. I mentioned that the only upside is potentially being able to go into Walmart or Target for stickers, because that just kind of helps make me feel better about things like that. Mentioned that Dr. Lou's a really kind, sweet, understanding lady, but she tends to book herself extremely freaking solid. This was a really busy day because of the appointment with the person I was seeing about my ingrown toenail, Dr. Lou. I had gotten there and in the building, signed in by 12:30, and I didn't get back to her back there in the room for her to look at it until 2:30. So, but once I got back there, it went pretty quick. So I was thankful for that. After the appointment, went into Walmart. I was able to get some stickers and a Lisa Frank notebook, since they seem to only have those during back to school. So it's just kind of weird that that's the only time they really have them. Mentioned I really wasn't looking forward to tomorrow because it was the usual errand and grocery days. Mentioned I was just so exhausted from this day that I knew the next day would be rough and I'd be dragging my feet, so mentioned that I would need to get a bunch of stuff from our local pharmacy because I had a lot of stuff that needed to be filled. Sorry if you heard that. I was getting this a drink. Mentioned that I would probably have like 12 or 13. Mentioned that we would also have to do the post office, but that was kind of standard at this point. And this day was pretty busy because we had everything I mentioned previous. We also had plans to go into Belk and browse the bra and underwear section because there was going to be a sale, but we realized the flyer that Grandma had given us was for that following Monday, so that kind of stunk. But spent the rest of the day watching Emil Xenoblade Let's Play and listening to K-pop and J-pop. Going to say this flat out, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed this. In my flip-throughs, I have said watching Emil's Xenoblade Let's Play. I rewatch that Let's Play all the time, so that's why it is like constant over and over and over again, you know? Anyway, the group I'd been listening to in J-pop were E-Girls and Dream, their subunit. So I mentioned that I really liked their style just because it seemed to really fit well. The main thing I liked was the dresses in Snowman. And then I really liked all the pastel outfits in the subunit Only You. I mentioned I was so glad that the following day was Saturday because I was just wanting to chill and film some videos. Mentioned the past couple of days I'd been so on edge because of helping Grandma and Papa mentioned that I like helping them and everything, but it just puts me on edge when I know I can be called for something to help them at any moment. So it's like you never can truly relax. I mentioned that I really hated thunderstorms with a passion. I felt like it just wouldn't be as bad if it didn't cut power from how bad it can get outside. I always worry about the power going out because the insulin that I have is extremely sensitive, and the second it gets to room temperature it does not work anymore, which is incredibly annoying. So that's one of the main downsides. Mentioned this day I finally figured out how to schedule the videos to upload that I've been trying to figure out. So that's what I was doing for a minute before the crisis happened. I've been scheduling for them to go up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So mentioned I was so glad when I figured that out because I was tired of posting videos at like 1, 2 in the afternoon. Excuse me, that's my throat. Mentioned that if it does end up working, then I can just film and schedule the second after I film and stuff like that. So mentioned I hoped I could see my dad soon because it had been about 3 weeks since I'd seen him. Mentioned it'd be nice to catch up and also see how Granny and everyone were doing since the last time I had seen them. They were talking about my Aunt Nancy going in to get her hernia repaired and get her excess skin removed because she had gastric bypass that actually put her in a coma, and the nurses were neglectful towards her, didn't turn her, so she ended up with bed sores, didn't adjust the sheets pulled so tight, so she ended up with foot drop. It was just bad. So she almost died from it. And this day was pretty relaxed. Mostly watched YouTube videos, which was listening to music and finishing up Xenoblade. So I mentioned I plan to watch a Let's Play from Rabbid Luigi next when I decide to watch one again. Mentioned that I really liked his Let's Play of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Ever since John had shown me the game, I had been really into watching that game. Mentioned that it is tied with Pokemon Puzzle League, which is my absolute favorite game other than Okami. So I was going into some details about Okami and Okami-den. Mentioned that I could relate a lot to Kagu and Okami-den because she felt like she was an outcast for years of her life because she had Miku powers or priestess powers. And by the end of spending time with Chibi, she realizes, okay, the powers are what makes me special, but not in a bad way. And I could totally relate to her on that level because of the fact that all of my medical issues, I felt like I was a major outcast. So I was kind of thankful for her character arc. I also did film 3 videos this day. I did the Spring Rain singing video, sheet mask review, and updated blank journal collection video. I mentioned that it would be nice if I could film a journal flip through the following day. These are stuck together. This was a lazy day overall. Spent the day at just watching more YouTube. Mostly finishing up Steven's Shadow of the Colossus Let's Play and listening to K-pop music. It was mostly a blend of Girls' Generation and Card. I mentioned that I've been really getting into Card lately, just because their sound is so unique. And I also like the fact that they are a, almost like fan-funded group, if that makes any sense. Sorry, get another sip of drink. I mentioned I remember before when I first heard them, I wasn't that big of a fan, but I've changed my tune since then. Also did dishes because I told my mom the previous day that I would do them, so I was going to stay true to my word. A friend of the family came by to do the yard and stayed for a bit. He also helped me hang the glass Paris frame that I got at Hobby Lobby before John had gotten here, so. Which, for those of you that are wondering where it hung, it is actually up there above my TV. So, yeah. Mentioned that the following day was the usual grocery and errand runs, so I wasn't looking forward to it. Mentioned we would have to go to the post office and get cigarettes, but I wasn't sure what else we would have to do. For some random reason, Mama's TV shorted out and we have no idea what the heck happened. So... and my mom had gotten kind of annoyed by the TV that she had, that she threw her remote against the door, so And I kind of went into a little bit of a rant about that. And, yeah, more of the rant. And then more of the rant, and then saying how much I miss John. This was a busy day because we had the grocery store and errands. Thankfully, we didn't have a ton. We had the post office, and we also went into Belk so that I could get some new underwear. And Mama needed some new bras. Kind of went into a little mini rant about the bras. Anyway. Mentioned I was surprised when my grandfather didn't mention us getting cigarettes, because he normally does on Mondays, so I stretched my leg out. Been watching Steven's Let's Play of the Walking Dead game, and also listening to more music. Mentioned I hopes to listen to some of, the K-pop group After School in a bit, because I haven't listened to them in a hot minute. Apologize again, that was my throat. This was a pretty lazy day overall. And just watched YouTube videos. Mostly listening to more K-pop and also watching some of Rabbit Luigi's highlight videos as well. Should be glad to have a pretty relaxed day overall. Especially since the following day would be pretty busy. Mentioned at Dollar General they had storage containers that resembled Foot Lockers a bit, so I was wanting to go in and look around. Mentioned whatever bins the new one would empty by switching the journals over, those would be donated to my friend Robin to organize, since she's gonna be potentially moving and everything. So mentioned I'd also like to hang out with my friend Karina again soon. I didn't push for it because she just had a baby, so I'm sure she's exhausted. Found out this day that Pastor Bruce had passed away, and he was a friend of my dad's, and I went to their church for years when I was young. So he had cancer and heart trouble, so he was sent home from the hospital about 3 weeks prior, and he just couldn't take it anymore. Which was really sad, because I'm sure his wife, Brenda, She's a really sweet lady. Is beside herself. I can't even imagine. Mama ran the errands before I had woken up that morning, so I didn't run the errands with her. And then this day, Mama had a job, or no, the following day, Mama had a job interview, so the errand run would be later than normal. And then I went into kind of a rant session. Mentioned how much I missed John and being around him. So this day I was able to go into Dollar General, and we also had the post office, cigarettes, and pharmacy for me and Mama today. I was able to get a bunch of stickers and that storage tote. I was going to get it with the stickers already because the flyer said it was $12.50, but apparently, according to the employee, I was looking at the wrong freaking picture. So, it ended up being $20 instead. Mentioned I wasn't gonna get it, but Mama said that she would help me pay for it. Mentioned I was just glad I was able to get both the storage bin and stickers. Ended up spending the rest of the day watching more YouTube, more listening to Card. Mentioned that the following day would probably be pretty busy because Mama has to take Grandma to Dr. Lou's office while I keep an eye on my grandfather. A little rant about the office that we go to. And I mentioned how I wish I could see John again soon. This was a chilled out day overall. Just kept Papa company since Grandma had her appointment with Dr. Lou's office. We did run errands beforehand, and all we had was the post office and going into Rite Aid for Mama to get some more melatonin, annoyingly. For some reason, Papa's internet, phone, and cable went out all at once, but he managed to get it fixed. I mentioned that my grandmother had a 2-quarter empty Jergens in the bathroom that she didn't use, so I had asked her if I could use it. And she was fine with that, so that's what I did. Ended up using it and putting it in my empties bag. Sorry. I mentioned I was just surprised that she didn't finish it because I felt like she used that religiously. That was like one of her favorite lotion brands. started watching Steven's Super Smash Bros. Let's Play with Mal. Also listening to more K-pop. I've been really enjoying Red Velvet's new track, Red Flavor. I've also been really loving Purple's. I wish the record label they were under would make it to where you can get Purple's music on iTunes, but don't know if that's ever gonna happen. Kind of a rant on this page. More of a rant on this page. This was an extremely busy day here at the usual grocery and errand run. The errands weren't too bad. Post office, bank, and CVS, and it's been worse. I was also able to go into Dollar Tree because we went to Kroger this day, and there's a Dollar Tree like within walking distance. So it just made it easier. I had kind of a rant session because I was in CVS and was looking at the thermocare things for my back, and Mama made a snarky comment which ticked me off. And then I went into more rant territory. Mostly watched more of Steven's Smash Bros. Let's Play once we got home. Mentioned I couldn't believe that it was Girls' Generation's 10-year anniversary coming up. It's just insane to me. Drop the camera. It's just insane to me that they've been in the music industry that long, you know? Then I mentioned I hoped to film some videos, and then this was like a list of ideas of which ones I wanted to do. So, and then mentioned how much I missed John and how I wish he was over here. And this day was pretty chill. Mostly just watched more of Steven's Super Smash Bros. And listened to K-pop music. Mentioned I'd been using Steven's Let's Plays more background noise than anything, because I was cleaning and straightening in my room and I just used it as background noise. Mentioned that I wanted to get things straight so I could figure out what organizers I planned to give Robin and everything. So and then Robin had some stuff go on, but I'm not going to get into that just in case that's something she doesn't want to share. Mentioned I did film 3 videos. I got a review for mascara done, a journaling update, and a July favorites video. And that I also would have done a flip through, but I was having bad restless leg, so it made it kind of annoying. This was just a chill day. Spent most of the day watching more YouTube. Mostly watching HK1122's Empties videos, Steven's Smash Bros. Let's Play, and listening to more K-pop. this was a recent candle empty, so I just put the bottom of this over here because there wasn't a sticker on the actual jar. Ended up not filming flip through videos because of the bad stomach ache I was having that day. Got to talk to Robin a bit and found out that he plans to move soon because things were getting crazily chaotic. So I was just really surprised by that. I was not really looking forward to the following day because it was the usual grocery store and errand run. I knew that we would have post office and cigarettes, but I wasn't sure what else we would have other than potentially paying the bank and or paying the charter bill. I knew that Mama was going to be going there regardless because she wants to switch out one of the cable boxes that we have. This is rant, and then talking about how much I missed John. This was usual grocery store and errand run. At post office, cigarettes, and also going back to Belk for Grandma to get her another set of PJs for her to relax and everything. Do it that way. Mama also got a shirt. I was gonna keep the blue shorts that she got, but I had misunderstood that she had gotten them for me. So she ended up letting me keep them in the end, which I was thankful about. Sorry, I'm stretching my legs. Spent the rest of the day watching more YouTube, mostly more Smash Bros, and listening to K-pop yet again. Been watching all of the teasers for their comeback on the 5th of August because of it. Girls' Generation having their 10-year anniversary. Sorry, I was getting a sip of water. I mentioned I was just really looking forward to their new album. I mentioned I would probably ask Papa next week instead of paying me for errands if he would order that for me instead, but I ended up not doing that. Because I think for Christmas I'm going to ask for Girls' Generation's new album and VIX's latest album. If I could, I'd like to get a bunch of VIX's albums so that I could put a few on the wall. went into kind of a rant session about some things. So, that's what those last pages were. This is current favorite K-pop groups. Had a nice calm day this day. Spent most of the day at my desk watching more YouTube, which was finishing Steven Smash Bros. Let's Play and starting his Tulip Let's Play. Which that game is just weird, I'm sorry, but it is. Also listen to more K-pop as well, surprise, surprise. Also spent some of the day going through things so I could give the organization containers to Robin to help her organize, but also declutter some stuff I no longer wanted. Following day I'd be back at Grandma's to help keep an eye on Papa because he has another doctor's appointment. So I mentioned it felt like I've been coming down with a cold the past few days, so I was not really a big fan of that for obvious reasons. Mentioned my friend, or mentioned that Robin wanted to declutter her house on us, probably about half. Mentioned I really wasn't looking forward to the following day because of me having to look after him. Don't get me wrong, I love him, but he tends to have a really bad stubborn streak. This day was very stressful because Grandma had an appointment with Dr. Lou, so I was looking after Papa. And then Grandma apparently had a blood blister on the bottom of her foot as a result of the aftermath of surgery. In order to get rid of it, they had to dig in her foot so much to the point of her bleeding through a cast that she had gotten put on before she got admitted to the hospital the first time. So I just thought that was ridiculous. Like, it was just insane. Mentioned because Grandma was admitted into the hospital, I was having to look after Papa more. So I said Mama would have to teach me how to make his coffee because I have no clue how to do that. Mentioned I'd been watching more of the Tulip Let's Play. And this day was relaxed as a whole. Spent most of the day watching more YouTube. Mostly having a mini marathon of Pixsparkles videos and listening to K-pop as well. mostly a big variety and not one specific artist. I was just glad to decompress from everything going on with Grandma, with Papa, and it was just insane. Mention I did make Papa's coffee that morning, which was the first time I had attempted to do that. And he said it was good, so I was happy about that. Mentioned I did run errands with Mama, but the only things we had to do were going to Food Depot to get a couple things, and going to McDonald's for lunch for Papa and me. Excuse me. Let's see. I was also glad to hear that in the middle of the night sometime, Grandma finally was able to get up and go to the bathroom without bleeding happening, so that was nice. Mentioned that I was really ticked at Dr. Lou because she just carved into Grandma's foot to try to clean it. It was just ridiculous. Mentioned I wasn't looking forward to the usual grocery run and errand tomorrow because it's just chaotic. So, yeah. Okay guys, that's the end of this journal flip through. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I apologize if I sound off in any way. I just don't feel that good. But once again, thank you all so much for watching this flip through, and I will talk to you guys soon in another video at another time. Bye guys.